Yo guys, welcome to another Multiverse update video. The new update is dropping today. I woke up last night and I saw in the middle of my sleep, in the middle of me sleeping and preparing for my Monday, that the update in the patch notes had dropped. I'm super excited to break down exactly what's changed, what's happened. It's not a reaction video, just so we're clear, everybody. It's breaking down exactly what I think the direction that Multiversus is trying to go with these characters and these future patches and changes. So, by all means, I hope you enjoy. Just to get a little teaser, I think it might be Tom and Jerry and Wonder Woman season, it seems. For some reason, they just didn't balance those characters and they buffed them, which is absolutely nuts because in high skill play, they are competitively dominant. If you just check the leaderboards, you can see. With that, let's get started. Heading over into the patch notes, I'll put these up on the screen so you guys can read them. We're not going to break down them in their entirety. We're going to just sort of tell you the general TLDR of it, because to break down every single change would make this video 2 hours long, and I'm not trying to do that. So with that, let's get started. For starters, Morty will be arriving. He's been delayed to 8/23, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, I thought that would happen because we haven't seen a trailer of these characters yet, and I'm surprised we haven't seen a trailer yet of season 1 in general, which is kind of crazy going into what is supposed to be the main draw to keep people playing. You think they'd have like a hype trailer or something. Maybe they'll have something released at the very time, like the very moment season 1 drops. We don't know. The new character rotation is going to be Arya, Batman, LeBron, and Steven, and I'm going to call it here right now, guys. You are going to see a metric ton of Arya and Batmans this season, and you'll see why in the patch notes. So, meta systems, they changed some things. You can now get more XP for your battle pass. There are no character-based battle pass missions except for tanks, because that's the free characters in rotation, which is great for new incoming players who just want to get started and start grinding that battle pass. And they lowered the requirements for the number of seasonal missions, which is fine, I think. It just is a better system. It makes people feel better. The only problem is I don't think it's much of a seasonal mission at that point. I think it's more of just almost a weekly mission, technically. Why don't you call it weekly mission? But I guess it makes sense because you could just get the missions done over the seasons. And you can get them done whenever you want. So, they did some perk changes. They made some perks better. Make it rain dog. Projectile speed is now properly applied to thrown items, which I didn't know that wasn't working, but I'm happy to know it is working. And that's about it. The School Me Once increased consistency on projectile block spawn. Notable, getting hit by Jerry will now spawn a projectile bluff. Also, guys, if you guys want to stop and read these patch notes, feel free. I'll make sure to kind of leave it on screen long enough for you guys to pause it and check it out. So they changed some gameplay systems with the ISD buff and ability cooldowns. IC buff is less effective, but it's more effective over time, essentially. And gameplay modes, they changed some things in the free-for-all. They fixed a bug where the pop-up text would display the incorrect point value. The UI, they've let you preview the announcer pack before unlocking it. They need to do that with taunts too, in my opinion. I don't know why they haven't. Tutorials, they fixed the tutorials. If you know, there was a tutorial you actually couldn't complete in the game, but now you finally can. I thought there was some reward for completing them in the past, but there isn't. They added some new terms: wall fatigue, block, hazard, and wipe. Simple stuff. Alright, pluses is buffs, minuses nerfs, swigglies are changed. That's what we call those. So, Arya got a metric butt ton of buffs, which is very interesting because I didn't think she needed it. I didn't think Arya needed any buffs. I just think she needed some fixes. But essentially, all her attacks are more easily comboing her. And that's what makes me think you're gonna see. Yeah, it's easy to combo her attacks now, which they already really were easy, kind of for a more skilled player. But this lets the lower skilled players finally maybe have a chance and learn that character and be more dominant, which is interesting because the character is labeled as expert. So I don't understand why these changes would happen, but there's a grand balance happening, and I don't think it's done yet. And this is Arya's, right? I think you're going to see a lot of Arya players come out of this patch. Hell, I want to try Arya now after what happened to my boy Batman. So, essentially, hitting a fighter will launch them at an angle. Basically, all better velocity attacks. You can combo a character easier. And they fixed a bug where her copy ability had like obscure hitboxes, which I had no idea. Which maybe I didn't know. I don't know. I feel like I've gotten hit by some weird hitboxes in there. Batman got nerfed, which I don't understand. Why would you nerf Batman? He's already kind of he's strong, but I don't know. So his Batarang cooldown it takes longer, and it essentially just slows down the character a little bit. You got to be more choosy with his Batarangs, which you kind of use that as his combo openers, because Batman didn't win a lot of combos to start. You had to kind of do a drop down air attack into an up air to really get a combo going, or a down slide attack into an up air just to get a combo going. But a lot of his kit relies on him going up, and the fact that you can't use that Batarang to open up and be able to punish a character who doesn't anticipate it kind of sucks, honestly. I think that's a bad move, changing Batman this way, but we'll see where they're going. I just know that now with the Arya buffs and the Batman nerfs, I'm definitely wanting to use Arya more because I like the fast characters, right? Also, Batman is now one of the lightest characters in the game, next to because Harley, I think, got a buff. So Bugs Bunny received a bunch of nerfs on all his down specials. They use the term whiff recovery a lot in this patch notes. Essentially, every attack you miss, it has whiff recovery now, and you have to be a lot more choosy of these attacks and these changes, because you are more easily punished, which I guess makes sense for a mage, right? You should be punished for like having these missed attacks and pushing and being aggressive, and you should be able to like. It's interesting to call him a mage, I guess, because you should be setting up things, essentially. You should be building towards something with a mage character, and for Bugs, you're placing safes, you're shooting rockets, you're setting things up to combo into future things, and you're just using all these other things to combo. So, and he was very dominant in his combo game with his air downs and air ups, and so to finally see that he's a little more balanced, and it's nice, I think. I think it's the right direction for Bugs Bunny, because he was just hyper dominant on a good player, and you never really saw. I mean, yeah, they did the pies and the safes and these things for openers, but not nearly as much, right? Not nearly as much as just getting those fat combos down and just doing so much knockback and so much damage. Anyways, Finn got a bunch of nerfs, thank God. The interesting one with Finn is they reduced the strength of his vacuum effect on the backpack. It has weaker hits now. Whiffing all hits will drop a coin. They have whiff recovery on the on the backpack now, and the hitboxes are better, but it's not they have a planned patch for the hurt hitbox system. That's great. I think Finn, they are punishing Finn spammers here. That's the big issue, is people who just spam and don't time out their attacks and don't plan attacks. Bruisers should play as they hit hard, but if they don't land their attacks, they can be punished, and they aren't. Finn is one of those characters that I gotta let my cat out real quick. I think Finn is a character who you can just spam a bunch of attacks and then win trades, and that's not what Finn needs to be, right? That's in my personal opinion. Bruisers should be punished in a way for spamming attacks, and maybe that's what they're trying to do with Batman. Maybe that's why they're trying to get rid of his Batarang, because they know they're anticipating another Finn situation when Batman comes into the free rotation. What do you guys think? This is a deeper discussion here for sure. Garnet got some buffs. That's great. There are no Garnet users. I've never encountered another Garnet player who hasn't gotten absolutely stomped. So it's good to see some Garnet mains get some love. The song activation activates way earlier than it should, which is great. They fixed a bug with the Garnet and Iron Giant's collision, and now her neutral attack has her air neutral has slightly higher base knockback, which is crazy. Really? Because that move is already strong in general, but it's good that it has actual knockback now. My girl Harley got a buff. She weighs more now. She weighs 2 more pounds, increased from 42 to 44, and her bomb VFX shrunk to better match the explosion radius. So they just made the bomb smaller, which is fantastic. That is exactly what Harley needed, I think. I think Harley is the definition of a perfect character in this game, because it's a high risk, high reward character, but a glass cannon who can get knocked easily. So and I felt like she was just a little too light, because when you get hit, you can get launched early at 50 into out of the zone. So to see that they kind of noticed that she was easily getting knocked, and added that weight, I think that's gonna do a lot for Harley mains, which is me. So and Arya main. So Iron Giant, they changed a bunch of his attacks. You can't combo his air attack, which was the big deal. They trained so a lot of trails would persist up on the screen when you played as him that come from his eyes, I think, or come from one of his attacks, and they changed that, which is really nice. Essentially, they just all around a fat nerf on Iron Giant, which I think is needed because you started seeing a lot of Iron Giants come up in dominant higher tier play, and it felt like kind of bad to fight an Iron Giant and lose to some of the glitches and the experimental aspects of the character and how he can just heal himself too, which is bonkers. That's absolutely bonkers, and they nerfed that too, which is good because it'll be easier to fight Iron Giant and it'll rely more on his combo game, which is what it should, right? He should still be hard to knock because he's a tank, but he shouldn't be a dominant where he can get you 1 to 50 in one hit. They nerfed Jake's air down attack and ground up attack. He's got whiff recovery now, and he can no longer do skateboard infinites, which is great because getting jumped on by Jake, it just felt bad. And the whole goal of this patch, they said, is they want characters to feel fun to fight. That's what Tony said. So he wants characters to feel fun to fight and not annoying. And Jake is not fun to fight. I just gotta be honest. It's just an annoying character. You know what they're coming in with. You know they're gonna try to hit you with a skateboard, and for them to have that whiff attack, whiff recovery, and have their down air attack nerfed, it just feels good, right? Because that's a straight up balance. It's similar to Finn. LeBron got a bunch of buffs, which is great. I think he needed it. I think he's going to keep getting changes. He got a bunch of buffs and changes. That character is going to continue to be experimental. They're going to continue to change that character. No one has mastered that character yet. No one. You can't tell me anyone who's mastered that character. You can't show me anyone who's mastered that character. But the fact that they're buffing him and changing him shows that they want people to start using LeBron more. They don't want to have a roster of characters that people only use 4 of them. They want to have every character viable in competitive play. And the fact that LeBron is getting buffed and changed, I think is just incredible. The character's been out for 2 weeks, and the fact that they want to change it, I just love it. I love that part of the game, and I think it's essential to creating a unique and diverse cast and to keep LeBron up competitively and show that, hey, he's got legs. That's the best part of the game, in my opinion. Rain Dog got some buffs. His attacks connect in his ball form more. I've never used it, so I couldn't really tell you what I think about it. And his air up attack hitbox increased, which is great. I think he has a strong up attack and it needs to be rewarded. So Rain Dog is going to be the next Velma, though. I'm just letting you know. That's going to happen. Okay, so we are at Shaggy. Shaggy got nerfed, and basically all I need to know about Shaggy is you can't spam his kick attack anymore because it has whiff recovery now, and if you keep spamming it, I can punish you. And that's what I want to do, because people who spam attacks, you need to be punished, and you should not play the game, honestly, if you're just spamming. But I get it. It's also it's a casual, free-to-play game, too, so people are coming in and just using the same attack. I did that on Mortal Kombat because I didn't know how to combo, so I guess I can't talk. Anyways, Steven got some changes. I don't know Steven at all. And he got a nerf. Watermelon Steven ability cooldown now begins when Watermelon Steven is rung out. I know he can spam that attack and keep spamming watermelons, which was very annoying because it's just a distraction on stage, but I don't know Steven, so you guys tell me in the comments below, like, what do you think of those changes for Steven? I've never played him yet once in this game. I want to, but I just haven't. I'm actually saving my coins for the characters this season. Superman got nerfed. He's got whiff recovery on all his attacks, so you can't get launched into the stratosphere or down launched in the stratosphere without punishing him, which is nice. Taz got a metric butt ton of changes. He got some buffs on his attacks. His projectile speed changes, and a bunch of crazy things with Taz is going on. I think they're going to continue to change his character. He has the chicken duration from 10 to 8 seconds. And just a bunch of interesting things. Adjusted projectile movement direction of Taz. Spit projectiles to be more forward and less of a lob. Yeah, that projectile attack was the weakest in the entire game. So the fact that it's more of a launch, I think you're going to see some Taz's come out of this season, which is exciting. They changed his eating ability, and it basically made it easier to eat things because, yeah, you had to be oddly specific with the eating ability and predict pretty good. They reduced the damage on his down special, and his side special is a 7-second cooldown, which is the tornado spin, which everyone hates. But hey, that's good. It's now a full powered tornado though, which is nice. Tom and Jerry got buffed. That's all that needs to be said. This is why it's going to be Tom and Jerry season. Tom and Jerry didn't need a buff. Tom and Jerry's going to be dominant and continue to be dominant in high tier play along with Wonder Woman, in my opinion. And you'll see why. Whoever decided that Tom and Jerry didn't need a nerf is insane. Honestly, insane. That's crazy. Reevaluate. But Tony said they're continuing to look at Tom and Jerry, and they're going to maybe balance him in the future a little bit more. But I'm telling you, you're going to see a ton of Tom and Jerry's that just come in and just dominate. There's no way you don't. There's no way you don't. That's just how this game works. Velma just got nerfed. She got a just fat nerf. All her attacks got nerfed. Reduced move distance, reduced weapons, weakened stack, reduced gray health from 12 HP to 4 seconds to 6 HP, increased recovery, added whiff recovery. Reduced her ammo counts, decreased weight, reduced gray health. Yeah, Velma was weirdly heavy still. Reduced gray health from 78, 7 HP, 30 HP. Wait, why? I'm noticing. Why is Velma heavier than Harley? I don't think support should be heavy. Just my thoughts. And Wonder Woman got all around buffs on all of her attacks to help connect her combos, which is insane. And that's why I think, in my opinion, you're going to start seeing a lot of Wonder Woman and Tom and Jerry's in this game because they got buffed and they didn't change. So with that was our Season 1 patch notes. I'm definitely going to do a follow-up video on Season 1 thoughts, discussion, views. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys next time. Let me know what you think in the comments below about the patch notes. Make sure to like, subscribe, tell your auntie, tell your grandma, tell your great grandpappy's great grandpappy to please subscribe. It helps support me. Appreciate you. Bye.